Hi friends, and welcome to this video. Today I'm very excited because I'm going to be trying and I'm going to be reviewing for you the most popular new makeup launches for fall 2025. I have a lot of exciting new makeup products that we're going to test today. Some of them I've already tried, some of them I'm going to try for the first time. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here, a very special welcome. Please make sure to subscribe and join the fun. I would love to welcome you to our community. We love to talk about beauty and we love to lift each other up. If you're returning, welcome back, beautiful friends. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I know that a lot of you have already tried the products that I'm going to be showing and reviewing in this video. So don't forget to join the comment section. Let's make it more fun and useful for everyone. Before I start, I just want to show you the products that I'm going to be reviewing in this video. My Chanel order finally arrived and I have the two eyeshadow palettes from the new Les 4 Ombres Boutons collection, and I have the two palettes that sold out right away immediately. So I have 209 Bouton Mademoiselle and then I have 219 Bouton Couture. So I'm going to be reviewing those. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a huge Chanel lover. I've tried all Chanel makeup for more than 10 years, including fragrances, skincare. So I feel quite confident to talk about Chanel and to create this review for you. So we're going to be comparing those in terms of formula, and we're going to be comparing these to some existing eyeshadow palettes from Chanel. Then I have one of the most anticipated foundation launches for the fall season, and this is the new YSL foundation. This is the All Hours Glow Foundation. Now I think that everyone knows about the YSL All Hours foundation. It's one of the best high coverage foundations on the market. This is a new glow version of the foundation. I feel so excited that everything is falling. Here it is. We're going to be trying it today. Then I also purchased the new Giorgio Armani skin tint. It looks like the skin tints are having a moment this fall season. So I'm going to compare this one to another skin tint that is very popular as well. So this one I've tried actually this morning. I wore this one at work, so I'm going to give you like a quick review of this one. So we do have the Giorgio Armani, and then I also have the iconic Gucci mascara, which here in Europe currently it's listed as new. I think that it's not new because I've already unboxed it, opened it. I don't think it's a new mascara, but certainly this is probably the best mascara currently on the market. We're going to see if it's actually the old one or if they changed something. I hope that they didn't change anything. So we're going to have a look at this mascara as well. And then I also purchased the new, this was a blind buy, the new Miss Dior Essence perfume. And I wore this one today. And I'm going to share with you my thoughts. So that's going to be it. Let's get started. So I just came back from work. I cleaned the makeup that I had. I applied my skincare and I'm ready to start testing the products. But while we wait for a few minutes for my skincare to soak in so that I can properly show you the makeup products, I want to give you my quick review of the new Miss Dior Essence perfume. I know that a lot of you have been waiting for my thoughts. I am a huge fan of the Miss Dior line, and I think that when we talk about designer fragrances, this has been probably one of the most, if not the most anticipated launch for 2025. It was created by Francis Kurkdjian. I think that probably François Demachy also worked with him on this fragrance, but I cannot confirm. So this is the latest interpretation of Miss Dior. I decided to purchase the 30 ml bottle because this was a blind buy. I didn't know what to expect, but I was sure that Francis is not going to disappoint. And I was right. So this package arrived early in the morning before I went to work, and I unboxed and sprayed this one immediately. And my partner Nick, right after I sprayed it, he said, "Something smells amazing," which is a reaction that I don't get from him because I'm a fragrance lover. I usually love a lot of fragrances and a lot of different fragrances, but for him, When he says that he loves the fragrance, it means that it's something quite special. So let's start with the notes. This is described as fruity floral fragrance. It has blackberry, marmalade, elderflower. It has a combination of jasmine, and then it has a little bit of oak moss in the base. It's not like any of the fragrances from the Miss Dior line. First of all, I think that a lot of people are going to ask if this has similarities to the beloved Miss Dior Cherie. No, it does not have similarities to Miss Dior Cherie. It does have this playful character. It does have, it is quite a rich perfume with incredible sillage, but it's not like a dupe to Miss Dior Cherie. It's not similar. It is a completely new fragrance. What's interesting about this fragrance is that it has incredible sillage, longevity. The projection is amazing. It is actually not like a designer fragrance. You know that usually typically this incredible sillage, longevity, it's typical for niche perfume houses. This one performs like a niche fragrance. It has incredible olfactory pyramid. It develops during the day beautifully. It changes on the skin. It smells different on skin and on paper. And I have it sprayed on paper. So in the morning when it arrived, I actually sprayed the perfume here and I sprayed it on myself to wear it during the day. It's now probably 9 hours after I first sprayed the fragrance and it still smells. I can still feel it on my skin, not only on clothes, not just on hair, but I can still feel it on my skin and it still projects really well. So this one starts like a rich, fruity perfume. I don't feel that much the jasmine when I first spray it, but I definitely feel the marmalade, the blackberry. It feels like a marmalade, fruity scent. I can definitely feel a lot of depth, and this is probably coming from the woody base of the fragrance. It's incredibly rich, and I would say that it's very girly in a young way, and slightly there is a slightly dark facet to the fragrance, probably something a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more daring when I first sprayed the fragrance. And then approximately 2-3 hours after I sprayed the perfume on my skin, I started to see some resemblance to Miss Dior Parfum of 2024. I do have a small bottle of it actually right here. So initially when I sprayed, I cannot pinpoint what kind of a fruit marmalade I can feel, but it's definitely a fruity marmalade, not too sweet, not something that's unpleasant, but something that's actually quite playful, something that is rebellious, young, gorgeous, beautiful. It's a statement perfume. And then my favorite part is probably 2-3 hours after I sprayed this on my skin, when it turned into the most beautiful fruity floral perfume with a woody base. I get whiffs of this during the whole day, and I really love the dry down of this perfume because in the dry down, I can definitely feel the jasmine. I can feel strawberry quite strong in the dry down. Even though it's not listed in the notes, on my skin, it develops more like kind of a strawberry, blackberry, jasmine kind of scent with a touch of patchouli in the base, even though patchouli is not listed as one of the notes. So you're not really going to feel patchouli, but more like a woody base. And it's like a whisper from patchouli. This may be coming from the oak moss. It is a beautiful scent. I definitely recommend trying it. As for the bottle, I think that this is probably the most beautiful bottle of a Miss Dior perfume because it's so detailed with the black bow and with the houndstooth design all over the bottle. It is a beautiful creation from Francis Kurkdjian and from Dior. I think that it's definitely becoming one of my favorite perfumes. It has a resemblance to the perfume version, but it's not the same. Is it worth to have both of these? Absolutely yes, in my opinion. They are different enough. This one starts off with strawberry peach. It has jasmine that you can feel right from the start. Whereas this one starts like a marmalade. It starts a lot more rich and a lot more rebellious compared to this one. So let's say this is the naughty sister of the perfume version of Miss Dior, if this makes sense. And the longevity is just incredible and the projection. So definitely go ahead and try this one. And we're moving on to the makeup part of this video. So I have two complexion products to show you in this video. One is the Giorgio Armani Skin Tint and the other one is the All Hours Glow Foundation. We're going to start with the Giorgio Armani Skin Tint because I just tried it this morning and I wore it for more than 8 hours. It looks flawless on the skin. It's an instant favorite for me. Definitely reminds me the Lancome skin tint that I recently reviewed. And initially, I didn't know how I felt about this one, but later on, it became one of my all-time favorite complexion products. It's so lightweight, beautiful. I'm going to show you how this comes out. So this one is very travel friendly. I have it in the shade F2 and I think that this is going to be my usual shade. You have to shake it. It's incredibly liquidy. This is basically like a serum. It comes with a pump, which is amazing. And disregard how tanned my arm is. We just came back from a vacation. I'm soon going to be back to my normal shade, but I just want to show you how runny this is. And in the morning I applied this one with my fingers. It does offer a very light coverage and it just blurs pores and imperfections just lightly, but still looks like skin and has a dewy finish, just like the Lancome skin tint. Let me go ahead and shake this one and show you a side by side. Now, the downside of the Lancome is that it comes just like this. The bottle is very pretty. But when I was traveling, I was afraid to get this one because I was afraid that if this opens in my makeup bag, this is how the product comes out. The Lancome tinted moisturizer that I have is in the shade 12 Neutral. And you can probably see, again, it's runny, just like Giorgio Armani. They are very similar. Do you need to have both of them? I don't think so. Just pick one and they can replace each other. They are both beautiful. Recently, this has been my most used complexion product, the Lancome skin tint. I have fallen in love and this is definitely a product that I'm going to keep repurchasing. As for the Giorgio Armani skin tint, again, I think that this is going to be a repurchase because I have fallen in love with this one. But it has the lightest coverage and it's beautiful. The Giorgio Armani skin tint just launched at my retailer and they had very limited shade range. So I had to purchase shade F2, which is fair too. Currently, I think that I may go a shade deeper. I also have my perfect foundation shade, which is B10 from Chanel. And I'm going to go ahead and make a dot here. So this one is B10 from Chanel, which as you can see, this one is B10 from Chanel, which is my perfect foundation shade when I haven't been on vacation. You can see that this one is so incredibly pale. However, it works just fine on my skin tone at the moment, just because it is a skin tint. And even if you make a mistake and didn't get your correct shade, it is going to somehow, it adapts to the skin. I think that this kind of product can be used on its own alone, or it can be used as a base under another foundation. I want to show you how it looks. So I'm going to do half of my face with the Giorgio Armani skin tint, and then the other half is going to be with the All Hours foundation, All Hours Glow Foundation. I haven't tried this one. This will be the first time of me trying this foundation. So I want to apply the foundation on this side of my face. Okay, friends, and this is half of my face done with the Giorgio Armani skin tint. It offers a lightweight coverage. It doesn't feel like foundation. It doesn't feel even like a tinted moisturizer. It feels like nothing on the skin. So this makes it incredibly pleasant for me, and it makes it an instant favorite. It just blurs pores and imperfections slightly, but even if you're looking with a magnifying mirror, you cannot tell that I'm wearing foundation, which is something so incredibly attractive to me. I may get a deeper shade, but I think that this morning, actually, when I used it, when I applied the blush and a bronzer, it actually matches my skin tone quite nicely. You can see that even though it definitely looks like it's much paler than my skin tone, it adapts to my skin because it is transparent. It allows my skin to show through, and at the same time, it does blur some of the imperfections slightly. I didn't apply here. This is the kind of product that is perfect for back to work makeup looks, very quick makeup looks, very effortless, that you can apply even on the go. I adore this product, and it lasted the whole day. It didn't crease. I didn't have setting spray or anything. It just makes my skin look fresh and youthful. I think that you can see now the difference between the side without the skin tint and with the skin tint. It looks instantly more awake, more fresh, and you can apply this one, or I apply this one even under the eyes. I am going to use a little bit with a small brush under my eyes because I cannot get right in the inner corners, but it brightens my skin beautifully. Now we're moving on to the most anticipated complexion launch for this season, and this is definitely going to be the new YSL All Hours Glow Foundation. YSL have become famous for their All Hours foundation, which is the most lightweight, or one of the most lightweight, solid medium coverage to full coverage foundations. And the All Hours foundation is a matte foundation, but it has this natural matte finish. It feels quite weightless on the skin. And now they launched a skin-like radiant finish foundation, again from the All Hours line. The bottle is absolutely beautiful, the packaging. It comes with a pump, and it has this nude, slightly pink, pale pink cap with the YSL logo, which is a 3D. I just want to show you a close-up of the bottle. My shade in all YSL foundations and concealer is going to be LN1, and that's the shade that I purchased. So this one is described like second skin texture, long-lasting, buildable coverage, glow finish foundation. We're going to see how these claims are going to work on me. Some of the claims of this foundation, it says that it's a day to night glow foundation with a flawless, radiant, long wear couture finish, skin-like glow finish, a weightless formula that provides buildable coverage with a second skin glow finish. Complexion is instantly even, smooth and illuminated. Skincare enriched formula, serum-based formula enriched with hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. All-day comfort and intense hydration. Bare skin is visibly more luminescent, plumped. It says here on the box, life-proof formula. Long-lasting, flawless, radiant complexion even after intense active day. I still have to test this one, how long-lasting this is going to be, but let's try it for the first time. I am going to shake. It says to shake it. And then the texture is quite creamy. As you can see, it's not too runny. It's definitely a thicker kind of foundation. I am going to use a sponge to apply this one. So let's see how this is going to work. Because still this is it's supposed to be a buildable coverage, but since this is the All Hours range, it should be solid medium coverage, I would say. Okay, we can immediately see a lot more coverage. I need to blend this part here where the skin tint and the foundation meet. Let's see if I can apply this one with fingers as well. Ooh, I actually can apply this one with fingers as well. It blends quite nicely. I would say that immediately I'm getting a medium coverage with this foundation. I can sheer it out. It smells lovely. It has the typical scent of YSL products. Okay, and there we have it. I have to tell you guys that probably this is going to be an instant love as well, because my skin is slightly irritated because I've worn makeup all day long and I had to remove it now to start this video, do my skincare, and usually this is the time when my skin misbehaves a little bit because I have extremely sensitive skin and my skin doesn't like when I clean my makeup, apply skincare, and start applying foundations as well. I have to tell you that this is quite unique because it feels like a skin tint. So the way I feel on this side, it's the same feeling that I'm getting here. I literally feel like I have absolutely nothing on my skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing foundation. It doesn't feel like I've applied complexion product. It just, everything feels so incredibly light, as if I'm using a skin tint. And this is actually a medium coverage foundation that has buildable coverage. I didn't do a good job blending here on the nose where the skin tint and the foundation meet. I think it looks a little bit weird because here I have light coverage, here we have medium coverage. But anyways, this is just for testing purposes. I think this is going to be a favorite foundation for times when I want my skin to be more perfected, even for everyday use. I think that just the feel is amazing of this foundation. Bravo, YSL. I think that they did a great job. Okay, friends, so this is with the Giorgio Armani Skin Tint, and this is with the new YSL All Hours Glow Foundation. I like both products. Obviously, they're both very different. The Giorgio Armani Skin Tint is a skin tint. It is going to be suitable for everyday use, and it is going to give this no makeup look. And also, it's very lightweight. It has the lightest possible coverage, but slightly blurring effect, which is great. It looks exactly like skin. The YSL All Hours Glow Foundation, on the other hand, it has a medium coverage that is buildable. You can sheer it out if you want to, like I did. But this is a solid medium coverage foundation. Again, it looks exactly like moisturized skin, and they both feel like I have nothing on the skin at all. So I just want to set only the center of my face because I have combination skin. If you want to see my technique on how to apply powder on the face, along with a lot of beauty hacks that I'm sharing, go ahead and watch this makeup masterclass. I'm going to link it here. In my last makeup masterclass, I actually shared a lot of beauty hacks on how to look absolutely flawless during the day. I share tips for creating the perfect base and also eyeliner, eye look. So there are lots of tips that you might see there. Okay, friends, I just applied a little bit of lip oil from Guerlain. This one is my favorite. And then we're moving on to the star of today's collection. And these are going to be the new Les 4 Ombres Boutons by Chanel. This is probably one of the most anticipated launches for the fall season, probably the most anticipated makeup launches of the fall season, and I'm so happy that finally my order arrived. So first of all, there are 4 color stories available, and I decided to purchase Mademoiselle and Couture, which I think are going to be the 2 that sold out really quickly in a lot of countries. These are the boxes. There is nothing unusual about the box, but then the little velvet cases are different apparently, which I think is a very nice touch from Chanel. I really like that. I was not expecting that they're going to come with different shades. And then moving on to the palettes, the embossing is absolutely beautiful. This one is Couture, which looks quite similar to Tissé Rivoli, which I'm going to compare, and also to one of the Tweed palettes. And then the other one is going to be Mademoiselle. Both are timeless color stories. I think that these 2 are the easiest to wear. And Mademoiselle, this is definitely going to be my favorite of the 2. I know that I'm going to be wearing this eyeshadow palette a lot. I've already swatched them, but before that, I just want to show you some close-ups of the palettes. The embossing is beautiful. I think that this is something quite special from Chanel. There are 2 grams of product, which is what we are getting with all Chanel eyeshadow quads. And I think that I'm going to start with my personal favorite, which is Mademoiselle. Initially, I thought that I'm going to like couture, and it's so beautiful. But then once I have the palettes in my hands, I definitely think that Mademoiselle is a favorite. I'm even thinking to purchase a backup of Mademoiselle because this is limited edition, and unfortunately, once it's gone, it's going to be gone. They still have it here, so I may actually buy a backup of Mademoiselle because it's so tender and pretty and beautiful. You're going to see on the swatches, each of the palettes comes with a little makeup brush and also one sponge applicator. I adore the Chanel sponge applicators. They are velvety soft, and do not throw them away. Try to use them. I actually use the Chanel sponge applicators. I even wash them because they are very comfortable to be used when you're on the go, when you're traveling. And even if I'm not traveling, this is another level of a sponge applicator. I always throw away the sponge applicators unless it's a Chanel one. They have the absolute best sponge applicators that actually work really nice. The formula has been improved a lot in my opinion. They are definitely much smoother, slightly creamier, slightly more pigmented than what you're going to expect from Chanel, and I really love it. Is it worth the splurge? You're going to decide for yourself or whether you're going to use any of the color stories or not, but for me it's absolutely worth the splurge. I really love the improvement of the formula of the eyeshadows, and I don't have something similar. The name fits perfectly the color story, Mademoiselle, because the combination of pinks, brown, and a champagne color is just timeless and so beautiful and pretty, and I think it fits a lot of different skin tones. And it's especially flattering on fair skin tones. Then we're moving on to couture. The couture palette actually looks quite similar to the iconic Tissé Rivoli from Chanel. I think that they are different enough, and I can justify to have both of them, but decide for yourself if you already have Tissé Rivoli, do you need Bouton Couture? But the formula is, if I have to assess the formula, I definitely prefer this new formula of Chanel, and I hope that they're going to keep this formula and create more eyeshadow palettes with this same formula. I really adore the Tissé formula of Chanel. It is just perfect for me, but this one is even better. So for me, this purchase was absolutely justified. It exceeded my expectations. Initially, I thought that they are beautiful palettes, but nothing that special really. Well, now that I've tried them and that I've swatched them, I think that they are something quite special and a beautiful creation from Chanel. Unfortunately, with a higher price, but they are limited edition. Couture is also similar to Tweed Cuivré, but once I have the two palettes, I don't think that they are dupes. I don't think that they are similar enough, and I think that it's justified to have both of them. I think that this new formula is actually the most similar to the Tweed formula from a few years ago. The Tweed palettes again had slightly creamier, softer formula. This formula is not exactly the same, but it is closest to the Tweed formula. And Mademoiselle actually reminds me another one of the Tweed palettes of Chanel, like color story. And this one is Tweed Brun et Rose. And this one is another one that was sold out very quickly. It didn't come back. So I think that if you missed this one, Mademoiselle has the same aesthetics. It's not the same. As you can see here, we have 3 brown colors and a rosy pink shade, a rosy pink that is quite shimmery, but they have the same aesthetic, and I think it's a beautiful creation. For today's look, I'm going to be using my favorite Mademoiselle palette, and I'm going to start with the peachy pink shade. I'm going to use this one all over my eyelid, and I'm going to use the sponge applicator. You can see how easily I can apply the color with the sponge applicator. If you buy any of those palettes, or if you buy any Chanel eyeshadow palette, definitely go ahead and try using the sponge applicators. I think that they are beautiful and irreplaceable. So you can see that I'm getting a lot of color on my eyelid, which When you look at the eyeshadow palette, you don't expect to have such color payoff, but the colors are quite soft. Then I'm going to use the pale pink champagne color, which is a perfect one and done color. You can only use this color if you want to. The other two eyeshadow palettes in the collection have beautiful one and done eye colors. Considering that the formula is so good, I'm actually thinking to purchase maybe the other two palettes as well. So I'm going to use the brown color here in my crease. And even though you have only 4 colors, I think that this eyeshadow palette allows you to create different looks. So I'm going to create a different look on this eye using the bottom 2 colors, which is a favorite combination. So I'm just going to clean the sponge applicator in a towel. You can do that at home as well. You can even wash it. So I'm going to get the pale champagne color and use it in the inner corner of the eye and drag the color to the middle of my eyelid. Next, I'm going to use my fingertip and I'm going to take the brown shade and use it all over my eyelid. Then taking a brush with the same brown color, I'm going to blend everything and apply the color all over the eyelid and up to the crease. Okay friends, and I just applied my eyeliner off camera to save some time, and if you want to see my signature techniques to apply eyeliner on aging eyelids, it works pretty much on all eye shapes. I am going to link to my video here. I have a masterclass makeup tutorial where I've shared with you my tips for eyelids that are a little bit more challenging when it comes to eyeliner. Now I'm going to comb my eyelashes and apply mascara. I only wanted to blend a little bit the brown shade, and once I have the eyeliner, it's actually very easy to go back and forth, connecting the end of your eyeliner and going in an upwards direction, just to emphasize the crease slightly. Let's go ahead and apply a little bit more of the brown here on the outer part of my crease. Now we're moving on to lashes, and I can finally compare the most iconic mascara, and this is the Gucci mascara, the classic one, with the new Le Magnetisme mascara. So I have both of them, so I'm going to use each on each eye so that we can see the difference. I already had this mascara. I finished a whole mascara and I couldn't wait to repurchase it, because even though I have a lot of mascaras, this is one of the best that I have ever tried. So I'm using it for the first time now. Just keep that in mind. This is brand new. I just opened it. And look, even though this is the first use, it just starts to separate the lashes beautifully. It's hard to beat this one, really. Mascara, and let me go ahead and show you actually the wand. It's a rubber wand. And then we're moving on to the other eye and Le Magnetisme. This is the latest release from Gucci, which I have been using this mascara for, I believe it's more than 2 months now, and I like it. Next, I'm using the soft brown shade on my lower lash line. Now moving on to blush, and I think I'm going to be using one of the new Charlotte Tilbury blushes in Rosy Glow, and I might actually mix this one with the Pretty Glow. These two are lovely. I have been loving them and using them quite a lot. They are travel friendly as well, and I have a full review that I'm going to link in the description box. I have 3 colors. In case you're interested, you can go ahead and watch my full review. So I'm going to start with Rosy Glow, and I like to apply them with a brush. I think this is going to be enough for now. For lips, I'm going to be using a Clé de Peau lipstick. This is one of my favorites and it's Agent of Change in 112. This is what we have for now, but I think I'm going to use a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury blush stick. These can be used on the lips as well, and sometimes I use them because of Pretty Glow just looks quite extraordinary on the lips. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of Pretty Glow. This is the lavender blush. And maybe just the smallest amount of Pretty Glow also on my cheeks, just to match the color. And let me know which eye do you prefer, this one or this one. I think I like them both. I just wanted to show you two different ways to use one eyeshadow palette because I love Mademoiselle so much. Okay friends, and I think this is going to be the finished look, my final thoughts on the new makeup products that I showed you in this video. I actually loved everything and I'm so happy that this is one of the few times when I actually think that all of the products that I purchased in this whole video, for this whole video, are a 10 out of 10 for me personally. I am going to update you in some of my next videos, but I really love everything. First, starting with the Chanel eyeshadow palettes, I think that if you didn't purchase Mademoiselle and if you have fair skin tone, definitely consider this eyeshadow palette. I think it's timeless, beautiful, pretty. It's very youthful and easy to use. And also the formula is quite extraordinary. It's really beautiful. I hope that Chanel are going to keep creating eyeshadow palettes with this new formula because it's really an improvement. And then as for the complexion products, I'm really happy with both complexion products. I think that probably as I get closer, you can probably see the difference that this side is less perfected and more glowy compared to this side where I have the foundation. But I would say that both of these products for now, for me personally, they are going to be a 10 out of 10. Of course, I'm going to update you in one of my next videos. Then moving on to the new fragrance from Dior, the new Miss Dior Essence perfume. I think that it's very playful, very beautiful, and if you try it out, definitely try it on your skin and wait for it to develop, because I would say that this fragrance actually got me a couple of compliments today. I would say that for me personally, the magic happens 2 to 3 hours after applying the fragrance. So you can tell how long lasting this is and how it develops beautifully on the skin. It's a beast mode fragrance, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it performs like a niche perfume because it has incredible sillage, projection, and amazing longevity. Definitely worth checking out, definitely worth testing on the skin to see how it's going to develop over a whole day and for a whole day. As for the Gucci mascaras, let me know which side you prefer. Currently my lashes are probably not in the best condition, but I like them both. This Gucci mascara is going to be more natural, whereas this has a little bit more impact, but it's harder to control because if you're not careful, it adds a lot of product all at once on the eyelashes. I'm going to soon have a video with new Chanel makeup products that I'm expecting. Chanel actually launched a new concealer that I'm excited to try, the new Ultra Le Tint concealer, and also the new loose powder, and I have some other makeup products that I purchased, so I'm waiting for them to arrive. Thank you so much for spending time with me, for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!